Hello everyone! Of course you know who I am, Persohn. This is a special video from a faraway place from my usual recording location, and I'm going to flick and then show you where I am. The purpose of this video is to talk about upcoming projects. So let's go and have a look and see what's going on. I am in Dubbo in Western New South Wales, and I'm at the annual motorcycle rally. So everything, well, not everything, there's mostly Harleys and that sort of community are here, but a lot of other bikes as well, including some that I have had a long-term experience and love for, which is like this RD 350. That's an amazing little machine. And now this just goes on all the way up the street, a long way. It's 2 streets, and yeah, as you can see, there's a lot going on. I'm going to pause the video. The video jumps when I pause it, and then I'll get into a better place. We'll go up and see if I can get you a slightly better view. Then we'll continue with the video. Here comes the pause. Okay, I hope that transition worked pretty well. You can see all the way down the street. There's a tree in the way, and on the other side as well. So there are thousands of bikers here. There's men, women, children. Mostly it's a demographic of guys, kind of reflected by some of these gentlemen in the front who kind of prefer big heavy iron and have probably the time and the money to ride. There's not as many people riding what are called UJMs, Universal Japanese Motorcycles here. The great early Beamer, beautiful machines. And so there you go. It's a bit sad that not all my brothers are allowed to be here. Some of the groups are not allowed to be here, which I don't really think is particularly fair, but that's another topic for another time. Well, let's swap back to my mug and let me tell you what's coming up. How was that transition? This is the second video I did. The first one, oh my, it was so bumpy. So what I'm going to do here is walk over to a wall and hold the camera steady and tell you what is coming up. So we have several bits of work that I'm working on, and I'm going to just give you a sense of those. First of all, I think you all realize that my commitment, first of all, is to my church. I'm a minister, and I have a Sunday morning audience, people that I care for. And so what you get on YouTube is a reflection of the Sunday morning messages. It might be a bit more chatty, you know, on Sunday morning, or maybe the other way around, who knows. Okay, we've got a historical piece coming about the kings. Because we talked about various kings, we need to talk about some other important ones. Remember Amaziah and, as an example, Asa over time. I want to put all those together and kind of give you a sense of what's going on. Manasseh, very important some of these kings are. And so that's coming. We're also doing but with the help and support of the people around me, a piece on the mountains in ancient Israel. Because people kind of lose their importance in all of that and kind of lose the sense of how valuable the mountains are in the Old Testament and in the New. Now there's a particular mountain, Mount Ebal, we're coming back to in this conversation, which is really, really important, wonderful. So there's that happening. Also, Pentecost is underway. We have 2 messages, one on the selection of Matthias. Acts chapter 1, a mystery man, Matthias. Why select him? What's that all about? What's going on? So I'm going to use I might even read the chapter from my book and make some comments on it. And a really interesting topic, not very often discussed at all. And that's a good one. Then we'll look at some Pentecost elements on the following Sunday. Pentecost comes 50 days after Easter, so it's underway. Okay, so that's an Easter topic, or I'm sorry, a Pentecost topic. Really, really fascinating. Okay, so we've got those. We have also got the ages of the patriarchs. Now remember, I did a first pass on this where we talked about how those ages were used in the Bible, you know, where we talk about Methuselah living over 900 years and Adam and so on, and you heard my theories on that. Well, I've got 2 more or 3 on this to go. Now in the next one, we're going to, Lord willing, see that one of the most enigmatic, one of the most unusual statements Jesus made is based on something found in the ages of the patriarchs. I think you'll really enjoy that. I only learned that a few years ago, and it's like, oh, this is a fascinating thing. Okay, so that's some upcoming work, probably another 2 or 3 videos on this topic. And I'm just tempted to do a lot more work on this very interesting area, because I think there's some things people have not considered, and I've done a lot of reading on this broad area. I'm probably being a bit presumptuous, thinking an amateur like me could do that. And finally, Mount Ebal. Remember I mentioned Mount Ebal? Mount Ebal is very, very important in history. There's been a discovery recently in archaeology where some of the oldest material ever written anywhere in the Hebrew language was found on Mount Ebal. And it directly lines up with events that took place in Exodus and Joshua. Very, very important passage. Secular scholars are in a meltdown because of this, because, wow, there are some things to consider. Now, it's not a lot of text that they found so far, but the text they found was chiastic, in the form of a chiasm. Amazing. So I'm doing quite a bit of reading, listening to some lectures more. I've got a bit of work to do. You know, when you talk about any topic at all you get a chance to talk about is the tip of the iceberg. But you should have a conversational awareness of the 90% that's below the water before you discuss it. And so this is one of those really fascinating topics. So those are the projects underway. I'd really covet your prayers. It'd just be great for us to be able to get them and some other really interesting things done. I've got some suggestions from people that I'm thinking through. Well, how am I going to do those? They look like great topics as well. So I trust that you are blessed. I trust that the weather where you are is as beautiful as it is here in Dubbo today. And I'm going to be back in my home studio, whatever, this time next week. God bless you all. My name is Persohn. You can contact me at pastor@mascot.church or in the comments below if you wish. Pray for us. Let us know if there's any other interesting topics you would like us to look at. Let's see if I save this video and don't try to do things too quickly. How will it go?